Today I'm going to show you how to work with datum elements. What is a datum element? We don't have to go so deep in with the definition. Okay, so I'm just going to create a new file. I have created a video to show you how to create a central file in Revit. Okay, if you want to learn how to create a central file, please watch that video. Okay. Today I'm going to show you how to create datum elements. Okay, datum elements you can find under architecture tab. In the datum panel you can find here there is grid and level. Levels will be active only in the elevations. Okay, so you can see the definition adds a level to the model. So use a section or elevation view when adding levels. Levels are visible in 3D views. Okay, and views that intersect the level boundaries extends. Okay, let's create a levels. We should have a basic idea what is a level. Okay, if you want to do wall painting, you need a wall so that you can paint, right? So wall is a host so that you can put your paint. Okay, the same way we need a ground to build our house. Okay, so that's a host, ground is a host, and you're building the house. The same way in Revit, if you take 3D view, it's an empty space. Let's say this is an empty space, so you need something to hold on. Okay, so this level can help you to hold your elements. Okay, so these are datum elements. Okay, so it's like a platform. I'm going to show you how to create level and how to modify them. Okay, so let's go to level 0. By default we are getting 2 levels. Okay, by default you will get at least 1 level. For example, you can delete 1 level, but you cannot delete the last one. You can see I'm trying to delete, but it's not getting deleted. Okay, I'm giving undo. Now I'm going to show you how to create levels. Let's go to elevation. Okay, you can go to any elevation. Okay, so by default I have 2 levels. Okay, let's go to architecture and take level. Now you can see the level is active. I can take level, and you can see here I have 2 options. One is line, another one is pick line. We have line tool and pick line tool to draw our level. And below here you can see this is an options bar. Okay, and this is where you do all the settings before you make your level. You can see here make plan view is checked, and if you go to plan view types, so here we have 3 types: ceiling plan, floor plan, and structural plan. All of them are checked. Okay, so this should be checked if you want to see your views in the project browser. If you keep them unchecked, it won't create a view on the project browser, but you can always find the default views under plan views. Okay, let me show you how it works. Okay, I'm going to create only floor plan, not the structure plan. Okay, I'm going to draw the level. Okay, so now you can see the level got created. In the floor plan, level 2 got added, but in the structure plan we don't have any structure plans here. In the ceiling plan we don't have level 2. So if you want to bring ceiling plan here, you have to go to view, take plan views, and then take reflected ceiling plan, and here you can find level 2. If you say OK, and you will get it. Okay, let me show you once again. I'm going to create a level. I'm going to architecture. I'm taking level tool, and in the options bar make plan view is checked, and plan view types only floor plan is checked. Okay, so whatever is checked, that's going to get added to your project browser. The other type will get saved in the plan views. Okay, I'm going to draw the level, and now you can see level 3 is added to floor plans. Level 3 is added to the floor plans, but we don't have ceiling plans in the project browser. If you want to load them into project browser, go to view, take plan views, click on reflected ceiling plan, and here you can find. Okay, select the level and then say okay. Okay, so this is how you have to create a level. So once you create a level, you'll get the views added in the project browser. So that's about a level. Yeah, in the level, you can see here. So this is a level, and this is level line. We have the middle line, edge line, and we have a symbol. Okay, so this is a nested family, 2D family. So we have the symbol. So that family contains a name label and elevation label. So you can change the elevation. Once you change, the level will get adjusted to the level. For example, I'm going to change this to 1000. Once I enter, the level moves up to match 1000 elevation. Okay. You can copy the level. I'm selecting the level, and I'm going to copy the level from here to here. And you can see here in the options bar, we have constraint option unchecked so that I can move all around. But if I check constraint, it's going to move only in the, it's going to move horizontally and vertically. Okay, so now I can go keep the distance as 3 meter. Once I enter, the level got copied. But you can see the other levels are showing in blue and the new level is showing as black. So that means the level got created, but the view is not added to the project browser. Level 4 is not added to the project browser. How do I add? Again, go to view, plan views, and take floor plan, and here you can find. Say okay. Okay, so that's how you have to add the level. So while working, we don't want to lose our level position. So once you create the level, just pin it so that you won't accidentally move it up or down. Okay, just select all the levels and pin it. Let's go to site. In the plan, we have to draw the grids, right? Let's go to architecture and take grid. Grid is a datum element and that can hold column position. Okay, so let's take grid and draw the grid. Once you draw the grid, you have to make sure in the elevation it's intersecting with the level so that it will show up in the floor plan. Okay, let me show you how that works. Okay, so these are my grid. If I go to any of the elevation, and you can see here my grids crossing all the levels. In case if I keep this here, okay, so this level not intersecting with any grid. If I go to level 1, I can find the grid. Okay, in case if I go to level 0, I can't find the vertical grid because they are not intersecting, so that it's not visible in the plan. Let's go to the elevation and drag them down so that it means so that it intersects with the level. Now if I go to level 0, select, right click, go to floor plan. We have the grids. Okay, the concept is the grids should intersect all the levels in the elevation. Okay, grids and levels have 3D and 2D. So by default, the grids are developed as 3D. Okay, that means the true element starts from here to here. But if you want to extend the grid to the top, you can change this to 2D, and if you move it, this will extend. 2D extension is a view specific. This change will not happen in other view. See here, you can see the change. Let me show you clearly. Let's go to view, close inactive. Let me open another view. Okay, I'm giving WT window tile, and you can see this is grid 4, and I'm going to change 3D to 2D, and if I extend, you can see that this is changing in level 0, but it's not changing in level 1. So that's the difference between 2D and 3D extends. Okay, so now in the bottom, so now it is 3D extend. If I change here, and this is changing here also. So I'm dragging one grid, but all the other grids are moving because these ends are locked with other grid ends. If you want to release the lock, you can click on the lock symbol and you can extend. Okay, if you want to align it back, you can do that. Okay, so just to do some trial and error, create levels and grids, and you will understand better. So we can learn more in detail in the next video. Okay, that's all for today. Create levels and grids. If you have any questions, please write to me. Okay, thank you. See you then.